Hello, and welcome to episode 131 of Bardic Quest. Our heroes find themselves in a dire situation, as ghouls have invaded the town of Phandalin, whilst the Stonehill Inn burns, and Sergei finds himself paralysed by these reanimated foes. Can our heroes survive this undead incursion, and save Sergei from a gruesome fate? So, without further ado, let's get into this week's episode of Bardic Quest. The slash marks then kind of, you feel your body go numb, and then you feel almost instantly your muscles begin to tighten, which means you are paralysed, which means you can't move or speak, I believe. You are also counted, and this is the crucial bit here, you are also counted as being incapacitated, which means that any hits against you now, whilst you are paralysed, are automatically critical hits. You do get to repeat the save at the end of each of your turns. Okay?
Cool.
That's that ghoul's turn. There is another ghoul that is surrounded, seeing you now paralysed, Sergei. He is going to charge in. And he is going to take a bite against you. Now, let me just double check my conditions here, so I get this right.
Disadvantage.
Does he move past any of us?
Not at this point, no. Let me see here. Come on.
Why are you nice that I'm in front of Sergei?
I think the protection from good... I think being paralysed, you would have... They would have advantage on an attack against you, Sergei, I believe. I'm going to rule that for now, because I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
They do, yeah, they have advantage on attacks against
So
them.
your protection from evil and good will at least counteract that out. So they'll be attacking normally against you in this particular instance.
But if they hit, it's a crit, basically.
But if they hit, it's a crit, yes. Okay. Oh my god. Well, I mean, semi-good news. It's not really good news. It was a natural 20. So it's a crit anyway. It doesn't stack, I guess.
Yeah.
Surely we run, honestly.
Yeah, we're out.
We have to run.
We're gone.
Otherwise we will all die.
So, this is going to be 14 points of piercing damage against you, Sergei. As you all watch as this ghoul just kind of embeds its teeth into Sergei's side and just rips pure flesh out of his side. While Sergei is still alive, but paralysed.
14 points of damage, did you say?
14 points, yes.
Yeah, as it does so, he is going to take the damage. Don't get too excited. But my eyes light up and I shout, "Absolutely not!" And I'm going to use my channel divinity.
Oh.
My channel divinity as an oath of redemption, Paladin, is rebuke the violent. You can use your channel divinity to rebuke those who use violence. Immediately after an attack within 30 feet of you deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you, you can use your reaction to force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw. So if you can do that for me, please.
I certainly can. Which is coming up at... that is a 16.
That is a pass. But on a failed save, they take radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt. On a successful save, it takes half as much.
Half as much damage. So it's going to take 7 points of damage. 7
points of radiant damage in return.
All right. The radiant damage doesn't seem to do any more to it, unfortunately. Okay. But still,
good to know.
That is good. What does your rebuking the violent actually look like, though, Marvellus?
It looks... sort of like a blast that comes off Sergei. So as soon as it lands, there's like a sort of percussive response.
Nice. Very nice. Okay. All right. There are still a few of these things to go. You watch, actually, as another couple of these ghouls head into the inn.
Okay. So
the burning
inn. You can hear screams from within the inn from these creatures that are running in. You've already seen a couple run in and 2 more run in as well, which leaves you then on the outside with 2 of these ghouls kind of engaged with you guys, and 1 kind of taking out that thug behind you as well. The other 4 are now in the inn. All right. Next up, then, we have Gundren and Nundro. They look to you for guidance, really. This is not their usual forte. And they say, what do we do now?
Do they still have Johan? Are they still holding Johan?
They still have Johan.
Well, Saga would scream, "Take Johan and run!"
Okay. They begin then...
unless someone argues, that's what she would say.
Yeah, they begin to kind of like start dragging Johan kind of around the group and start kind of dragging him towards the south. The difficulty is for them, of course, there is this mist everywhere. They don't really know where they should be going, but they just start dragging him in any direction in which there don't seem to be any ghouls currently. And they start to move him south. Alright. Okay. Next up then we have Thorik.
I look to Saga and say, do you run or fight?
Am I not after Marvellus?
Mine was a reaction.
Oh yeah, his
was a reaction. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
I just asked, do we run or fight?
Yeah. I think we run. We can't. If they can paralyze us, we're dead.
They've gone in there, not in the pub. The miners' exchange was south, wasn't it?
Yes, that's where Sergei was headed to.
Yeah.
Not knowing anything to do with what he's talking about, he sees it as the next best place to hide. So, am I engaged with one currently?
Not currently, no.
Great. I will grab Sergei, who is willing and small, so I literally just put him over my shoulder and run south.
Okay. Alright. You will probably be moving at half speed, I would have thought, right?
That's fine. I run enough to get him just out and away from this thing, so he can't be attacked anymore. And as I'm running, I use a second level spell slot to cast Lesser Restoration. You touch a creature and can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. We all know which one I'm going to end for him. So just this like light starts to seep out of Thorik's whole body. So Sergei's like stiff as a board over one shoulder. And then like this muscle relax and this light starts to seep into Sergei, and he just sort of flumps over Thorik's shoulders. Nice. And as I finish my half run, I just like set him on his feet and slap him on the shoulder and just go, "We're not staying. We're going."
There is at this moment really kind of like a wall of this green mist pretty much in front of you at the moment, Thorik.
Well, I don't know if that can kill me, but I know 8 ghouls can, so...
Alright. Okay. That you done, Thorik?
Oh, bonus action spiritual weapon is going to spin and hit the one that's been bloodied, I believe. One's been bloodied, or someone's been hurt.
Yes.
Everyone's taken some damage.
One of them has been hurt, yes.
That one. 25 to hit.
Will absolutely hit.
7 plus 3, 10 points of damage.
Which is enough to get it into critical condition. So would you like to describe how you're doing that?
Just this spiritual hammer like gains momentum and just clocks it across the face. It like staggers and goes down to one knee and gets back up, bloodied, like with its lolling tongue, just like just lolling in one side of its mouth with this broken jaw.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice. Now, just to clarify here, I don't think you did, but I just want to make sure that I'm remembering this correctly, because this feels like this may very well be important. Am I correct in thinking you, in the end, decided not to go and pick up your warhammer?
Yeah.
So your warhammer is still on the ground near the
Unless I can pick it up as I run past.
You're kind of going in the opposite direction, unfortunately.
It is a... it's a warhammer. His friends are more important than a material object. He is an immaterial person. These things are tools that can be replaced. His friends are not.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify, just in case.
I'll come get it later. I mean, if they really want to take my warhammer, that's a bit like, priorities.
I mean, sure, of course. All right, cool. Sergei, then. You are now no longer paralysed. You're having a rough ride of it today, Sergei.
Yeah. Are we within 60 feet of the one that's just been clobbered with a...
You are.
This is gonna shout a bit. You suck! And cast his Mockery.
Alright, so he has to make a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, wisdom saving.
Alright, that is going to be a 12.
It fails. It takes a d4 of damage.
Okay.
And has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Very nice. Okay.
So it will take a nice 4 hit points of damage.
Well, would you like to describe how your vicious mockery finishes it off?
I suck.
I'm so awful!
I like to imagine that maybe it just kind of like goes to like cover its ears, but because of its long claws, it just stabs itself in the head by accident. Just it collapses. And then they're gonna just kind of turn to Thorik and nudge and go, "Hey, look at that."
Yeah. We'll laugh about it later, okay?
Yeah, and then Sergei's kind of laughter just turns into like he's just like and just violently pukes on the floor because all he's been through. Just
pats him on the back, like, yeah, get it all up, Sergei. Get it all up.
This is horrible.
All right. Next up is Marvellus. There is now one ghoul that you can see that's close by. There is another that's kind of hovering over that thug, and 4 more, as far as you're aware, in the burning tavern behind you.
Okay, so So Nundro and Gundren are dragging.
Yes, they're not far away from where Sergei and Thorik currently are.
Cool. I suppose is the one that isn't attacking the thug. Is he? What's the distance between?
15 feet from between you and him.
So I'd be going forward to go backwards. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall back to where Gundren and Nundro are with Johan. And I am going to prepare the shove action.
Okay.
And any if a ghoul comes within striking range of me, I'm going to try and shove it to the ground.
Okay. All right. Nice. Okay, Saga. You are now the only one kind of still in the middle of the square. Everybody else is headed south. What would you like to do?
Running south, and I'm going to run to. So I'm near Gundren and Nundro, and
okay, so that's only going to require a
corpse of my
move.
boyfriend.
That's only going to require a move action from you to get. If you're staying close to them, you won't need to dash to get that far.
I'll go to there, so we're all close-ish.
Sure. So you still have action and bonus action available to you.
Is there a ghoul pursuing us?
The ghoul that was kind of left on his own in the market square seems to be looking in your general direction, certainly.
I will crossbow him once I've moved.
Alright, go for it then.
8 is not gonna hit.
An 8 is not going to hit, no.
Yeah.
As it just flies past the ghoul and into the burning building behind it. Anything else from you? Any bonus action? Alright. Okay. Now we have this thug that is going to... he's kind of basically now fighting for his life against this one ghoul. And fails miserably to strike back at it as he's now cowering. And then the ghoul that it is dealing with, you watch as this thing just embeds its teeth right into his chest and just starts ripping him, literally ripping him apart. Blood-curdling screams into the morning air as you watch as just like bits of him are flying all over the place as this thing's just like having a gourmet feast.
It's hateful. Absolutely hateful. Oh.
Then you watch as from the window of the room that Johan and Saga were staying in, 2 ghouls just smash out of the window, and they land on the ground. They take a little bit of a fumble as they hit the ground, but you can see that one of them is clutching onto this book that Johan had. And it starts headed in the northern direction. You watch also as another one of those ghouls, or rather another 2 of those ghouls, bursts out from windows on the ground floor, kind of engulfed in flame.
Theme, isn't it?
What's that, sorry?
Becoming a bit of a theme, breaking windows in this.
Such a trendsetter, Sergei.
Yeah. They are very much kind of got scorch marks all over them. They've taken a little bit of a hit from these, from going through all the flames and stuff, but they still are very much seem to be focused on whatever it is they're focused on. Those 2 that were kind of burst out of the windows start running, like they're going to use a dash action to start moving towards you guys.
Oh.
Okay?
Cool.
All right. That's their go. So now we're at the top of round 8. Thorik, you're up.
So, one of them had the book.
Yes, they're
He's
headed
gone north with. So a few of them have gone north.
Mm-hmm.
How many are coming towards us again?
Currently now about well, 3 of them are very much focused on you guys. One of them's just kind of burst out of the top window. He's not sure which direction he's going to go in yet, but there are definitely 3 that are making a beeline in your direction.
None of them are engaged with us there.
No.
Cool. I will move my speed away from them, south.
Okay.
And
You're technically still carrying Sergei as well. Unless you
No,
want
I
to put him
on
down.
his feet.
Okay, yeah.
I'd already put him down on his feet
No,
at the
that's
end of the turn because he was conscious.
Yeah, you're right. That's fine. So you're kind of going into this mist now, yeah?
Yeah, let's do that and see what happens first. Or
Okay.
I'll use my movement to go to the edge of the mist
Okay.
with 30 feet for now, or like into it, but kind of just see what happens. Like, does it completely... Essentially, if it's going to completely obscure my vision back to see them, I'll do something and then use the rest of my...
Yeah, it very much looks as though it's going to obscure your vision, yes.
Right. I look back and I would like to swing my spiritual hammer towards the closest one.
Okay. Yes.
Hits for dirty 20.
Very nice.
6 points of force damage.
Alright, not enough to take it down as you hit it really hard around the back of the head, but it kind of seems to, though it staggers, it seems to just be so purely focused on chasing you guys down, it doesn't seem to slow it in that respect.
Does it look particularly hurt, this one?
What was the total again, sorry?
6.
6 points of damage. No, not particularly.
In which case, I'm going to use a first level spell slot and guiding bolt the fucker.
Nice.
Just extend the rings and zap it.
Nice. It's a wisdom save or a dex save, is that?
No, it's a spell attack.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. 16.
16 is going to hit. as your guiding
Good.
bolt, like a homing missile, flies in and erupts with light.
6. 15 points of radiant.
15 points of radiant damage. How are you finishing it?
Just punching a hole of white light through it. It falls, and he just shouts, "Stay together! Run!" And he runs into the mist with the rest of his movement.
Okay, all right. All right. Okay. All right. So now all you can see, Thorik, pretty much is now just green mist everywhere. Okay.
Great.
Sergei, what would you like to do?
So how many are around Saga and Marvellus again?
As of right now, nobody's engaged with any ghouls. As of right now, the current ghouls running towards you are about 30 feet away from your current position. In fact, probably around that for everybody, thereabouts, give or take 5 feet.
Okay, I'm going to follow
There's
Thorik
2
into the
ghouls currently running at us.
So there are 2 ghouls currently running towards you, yeah, and then there is another one that's kind of just burst out of the second story, which hasn't shown which way it's going yet.
I'm following Thorik into the mist.
Okay. All right. Anything you want to do before your vision is obscured?
It's kind of a game of survival. I'm going to cast invisibility on myself and just
Nice.
go invisible and run into the mist.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. Marvellous.
Have Gundro and Nundro moved?
They are still kind of near where they were before. They are kind of last on that in... Oh, actually, I didn't move them, did I?
They went after me. I
Yes.
moved up to them at my last.
Yes. You're right. I missed them.
Saga told them to run.
She did tell them to
going.
run. So they're going to have gone into the mist as well then, in that case.
Sweet. If they're into the mist, I shout in the direction of where the thug who'd been face down was. You can run now. Consider it a warning. And I will run into the. So I'm the last one that's not. It's got Saga and me, just not in the mist.
Yes, correct.
I look to Saga, sort of nod, put down the helmet of the visor of my helmet, and run into the mist.
All right. Okay.
Dressing gown and helmet.
Yeah, dressing gown and helmet.
I like your style.
That's what I'm rocking right now.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Marvellous?
No, that is literally me running. I suppose feeling gently around.
Yeah.
Being careful on my feet, not to trip.
Yeah, there is really not much you can see aside from mist right now. All right, Saga, how about yourself?
Just a crossbow bolt against one of them, and then I'm running into the mist.
Okay, go for it. Roll to hit. None of them, I don't believe, have taken any injuries yet, so it doesn't particularly matter which
That's
one.
a nat 20.
Oh, very nice. Go for it.
What's a crossbow is D8. 7 plus 12. 15 points of damage.
All right. Not enough to take it out, unfortunately, but definitely enough to bloody it. So how are you going to go about doing that?
In a hollow eye socket.
Oh, nice. And there is kind of you do see almost like a squirt of that black kind of substance, just kind of splatter all over the mud in the square. Anything else you like to do? You running into the mist as well? Is that right?
Does extra attack only apply to melee weapons?
I don't know actually. I don't think so, but let me double check that.
What with a crossbow?
Light crossbow.
Let me see. Fighter. Mushroom.
I don't believe it does. It's just about crossbows would be the potential.
Yes, that makes sense. You let me look at the light crossbow then. It's a light crossbow, not a hand crossbow, right?
It's a light crossbow.
A light crossbow. Light crossbow is it is a loading weapon, so yeah, you would only be able to fire one, unfortunately.
Run into the mist.
Righto. Okay. So you charge
in the eye, at least.
You charge into the mist. Can I get a perception check from everybody, please?
That sounds apt. 4.
This will be at disadvantage, of course, because you are in a heavily obscured.
7.
4. Disadvantage perception check, please, from everyone, Thorik.
Disadvantage perception check.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
10.
Okay, Marvellus.
4 for me.
4. Thorik. As you are in this mist, you can hear that you don't believe that you are alone in them. As you can hear the running of feet towards you, the similar growls and moans.
From different directions to what we've heard.
From the direction you're headed in, essentially, into the mist.
This is a death trap. It's an actual death trap.
What's happening?
I relay that as best as I was like, there's more of them in the mist.
We need to get inside. Right now.
Back to the pub.
What about Margaret?
What direction is Margaret in?
Yeah,
South.
we need to get inside a building, any building right now.
Margaret is south.
Margaret is south.
We're going south.
We're heading south.
Can we get to her?
Where is the closest building to us?
Closest building is going to be the burning tavern behind you.
Let's just run to the closest building.
You can't go back into a burning.
We can't go back to the
Or
tavern.
the Townmaster's Hall, which is across the square from the tavern, which is also kind of fairly next to you, but kind of obscured in mist at the moment.
They've run out of the tavern, but then we're going to have to run through the
Fire. And through into fire.
I say we press on, but if we're not alone, be quiet.
Agreed. Sorry.
All right. As you can't see much else at the moment, I shan't say what else has happened around you for the ghoul's turn.
Fuck.
Thorik, what would you like to do?
I would like to press forwards towards where I think the town master's hall is.
Okay. Which you believe... Actually, give me a survival check, because you're a little bit disoriented at the moment.
Fuck off.
16.
All right, yeah. So you make your way in the direction that you believe the Townmaster's Hall is, and you're kind of obviously like feeling out as best you can because you can't see a damn thing, and you do come to what you believe to be a stoneworked wall, which, being a dwarf and knowing your stonework, you're pretty confident that this is at least a wall of the Townmaster's Hall.
Cool. Do I know direction of the door, left or right, from the bit of wall that I'm on?
Left from where you are.
Cool. Before I've moved, I've kind of said, this way, quietly as I can. And I move left, tracking, feeling along the door, feeling along the wall to get to the doorway.
Okay. All right. And you manage to kind of follow it round, and you do, as you're kind of emerging out from the mist, you're kind of looking back on the square, you can just kind of make the door as you're kind of coming out of the mist. You can see that the three ghouls are pretty much right on the edge of the mist, a little bit kind of behind where you are by about 15 feet or so.
Do I see the one with the book?
No.
Okay. I try the door.
Okay. You manage to open up the door that leads into this large hall where you had fought Ayano Albrecht previously. Anything you'd like to do?
Do I see anything just glancing into the doorway?
It seems to be empty at this point. Well, empty of anything that you wouldn't expect to be in there anyway.
I move my hammer. I can't see anything, so I just move my hammer towards me.
Okay.
20 foot.
Sure.
That's all I can. I can just feel its presence through the mist, and I just move it closer to me.
Sure. Okay.
And I hold an action to Sacred Flame anything that attacks one of my fellows that I see.
Nice. Okay, good. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm just there with my foot in the door, literally just like scanning the whole area, just like my head on a swivel, just trying to absorb what's happening. Like, just what is this thing, like a wall of mist, and I'm now outside of it, or?
Yes, it is like,
like
a wall of mist. Yeah.
Right. So it does stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. And do I see anything else on the outside of the mist, like down the street?
Other than ghouls and what you'd otherwise normally expect, no.
More ghouls, like more than the 8 that we've seen?
No, not more outside of the mist, no. You're aware that there is obviously something in the mist, but in terms of what you can see, it's pretty much as you'd expect. The only thing that's changed is kind of that the ghouls have kind of moved closer towards the mist itself, so they're kind of right on the edge of the mist at the moment. Right near where you are, only about 15 feet from your current position.
Sure. I guess that's me.
Okay. Alright. Can I get another perception check from everybody, please? Thorik, you can have yours as normal, because you're not...
That's a 2.
That's a 12.
13.
19.
What was yours, Saga?
13.
13. Alright. All but Marvellus. You hear, like a shrill voice on the wind, cry out, "Go back to your realm of shadows, foul beasts!" As there is a burst of bright light throughout the street,
Margaret.
through the mist. And Thorik, you watch as ghoul after ghoul just bursts, black ichor spreading everywhere, and mist begins to dissipate as stood in the street not far from where you are currently stood, is Margaret, beckoning you towards her. And that is where we shall end the session.
Oh,
thank God. Thank God. Thank Margaret.
Do we get any XP?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Hey there, Questers. I just wanted to take a quick moment to express our huge appreciation for all of our amazing Patreon and YouTube members. Your support means the world to us and helps keep this channel going strong. So I wanted to give a special shout out to each and every one of you. You are Woodstrapper, Simon Jelly, Martin C, Gallus, Gary Lloyd, James Hamilton, J.R. Bellaston, Robert Treadwell, Jason Udall, Jason Bradwell, Nigel Raggett, and Rebecca Hill. Your support truly makes a huge difference, and we appreciate you more than we can express. And to those who haven't joined yet, I invite you to consider becoming a patron or YouTube member. And not only will you unlock fantastic benefits, including early access to videos and exclusive behind the scenes content, as well as access to our Discord channel, but you'll also be directly contributing to the growth and success of this channel. So thank you once again, all of you, for your incredible support, and together we're bringing these fantastic adventures to life. So thank you.